I'll just turn you around so you can see it. I know you like looking at stuff like this. Afternoon everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the Isle of Skye. Well, we're up here this week on a family holiday, so it does leave us limited time to get some photography done. And where we're staying, myself and Leia have noticed there's a little bay across here that's cut off most of the time by the tide. So what we thought we'd do this afternoon, because we've got a bit of free time, is just head off across there and see what we can find. Now the tide's on its way out as well at the minute, so we're hoping there might be a few shorebirds down there. And then tomorrow we're actually going on one of the boats out to see the seagulls, so hopefully we'll have some footage and images from there as well. And then obviously anything else wildlife we can do on the holiday, then we'll bring that to you. But today the mission is get down across the beach, look for some shorebirds, and then head off to that peninsula there that hardly anybody seems to go to because it's cut off for most of the time. Hopefully don't get cut off ourselves, and see what wildlife we can find. So I'll catch up with you a little bit later on. Right, we've made it across the bay. Now the tide's gone out. We're obviously going to have to keep an eye on that just to make sure we can get back across. And then as we've got across here, there's a burn coming down into the sea, into the sea lock. So what I always like to do when we get anything like this, obviously these routes are what things like otters will use to get down into the sea. They'll come down these burns. So what we tend to do is have a look and see if we can find any scat of anything like that. And funnily enough, we've come across some. Now I don't think this is otter. It looks to have a lot of fur in it. I'll just turn you around so you can see it. I know you like looking at stuff like this. So here it's got a lot of fur in it, and it's got curly on the ends, which is a giveaway sign that it's one of the mustelid family. Now if I'm guessing here, I would say that could be mink, because it's at the edge of the water. So I don't think it's otter. There's no fish bones or bits of bone or anything that I can see. Mink are much more, they'll take all sorts of different stuff, but they will stick to these water areas as well. So anyway, put a thing in the comments if you know any different to me. I've not brought my book with me, funnily enough. I've got a book at home where we can look at all this sort of stuff in detail, but just off the top of my head, definitely I think mustelid, but which one? As I say, I have seen mink up on Mull and Skye before, so potentially that's what it could be. While we're on the subject of tracks and signs, Leia's just found this pretty close to where this scat is. I think this is something from, if you look at the gnaw marks on it, I'll try and show you it right close up to the camera. It's obviously a nut that something's been eating, but you can see little tiny teeth marks, and that'll be one of the mice or something like that, I would say, that's been gnawing at that. You can see it on that side as well. So always look out for things like this, and yeah, you never know what's around. But as I say, we're going to have a quick look around, keep his eye on the tide. It's still going out at the minute, so we should be fine, and see what else we can find, or what can find us. Morning, welcome to another wonderful day on the Isle of Skye. Now, just a little bit of an update from yesterday. After we'd found the mink scat, which I think, I'm almost definite is mink scat. We did try and walk up that little stream, that little burn, and get onto the sort of interior of that bit of a peninsula, but honestly, it was like Jurassic World. We just couldn't fight his way through it, so we had to give up in the end. So yeah, I think that's probably not, unless we can get him from another angle from off the road, I don't know. But it looks pretty dense up there as well. So anyway, we're on another day. Today is the Sea Eagle boat trip day. So we're doing that this afternoon, and of course, I'm not very hopeful about the weather. They'd given out that today was going to be the sunniest day, and a couple of days ago, and of course that's changed. Well, you're on the island, so you know you can get, literally can get 4 seasons in one day. So whatever we get, we'll get. But also what I'm doing out here at the minute, I've just come out for a coffee and a biscuit because we've just taken the dog for a walk and got back. And as I say, we'll be going on the boat trip in a bit, so we've got some travelling to do to get over to Portree. But yesterday, when we were walking around here, we saw that there's loads of holes from this garden into the, obviously we're surrounded by just rough ground with bracken and stuff, and there's a load of holes from the nice neat lawn into the side of the bracken and grass. So being a wildlife photographer, I put an oat biscuit down, and it's been there all night and not moved. And then we've just been out with the dog, come back, and it's disappeared. So if I turn you around, you probably won't see it on there, just under there, on the edge there. So I've put some more biscuit down, and I'm just, as any good wildlife photographer would, I'm just staking it out for a bit while I drink a cup of coffee, because it came in the day, so whatever's taken it's obviously, and it was a full biscuit. I've broken this one up into 4, so yeah, we'll see if we get any mice or whatever coming out and taking that, or whether it's something else like a hooded crow or something to come down and picked it up. But hopefully something will turn up, you never know. Probably when I've gone. But anyway, that's the plan for today. So yeah, we should get something on the Sea Eagle trip. It was really like out on the loch this morning when I first got up at about 6:20. It was mirror calm out there. It was absolutely stunning. And as per normal, the wind's picking up a little bit now. So we'll see what it's like. You never know really what you're going to get, whether you're going to get anything at all. But I'll report back to you when we get to Portree, and yeah, when we're setting up to get on the boat. I'll speak to you in a bit. Right, so as you can see, we made it to Portree Harbour. We're just going to head off onto the boat now, which is the Stardust, and hopefully get some sea eagle footage and some images. So I'll catch you in a bit. Right, well, I thought about to give you a final report from here on Skye. Well, it's our last day here today, unfortunately. It's been pretty much a mixed week weather-wise, and as I said at the beginning, this is a family holiday, so I've tried to fit a little bit of wildlife photography in along the way, a little bit of landscape photography as well. But I think it's important to stress that it is a family holiday, and I know I've been guilty in the past of trying to fit too much in, which, you know, it has a couple of effects really. I remember holidays where I've been sort of, this time of year I'd be up at 4 in the morning, out till 9 doing wildlife photography, come back, and then everybody's wanting to go out and do a walk, a hike, or wherever, travel to somewhere else, whatever we've planned to do on the holiday. And you know, I'm just absolutely shattered. And if you do that for a number of days, you end up, and I know I've done this in myself in the past, is I've gone back and I need a holiday to get over the holiday. So I was determined this time I wasn't going to do that, and that's really what I've done. I've just fit a little bit of wildlife photography in. One of the things I do is I always carry my camera with me, and if we're out hiking, I always have the camera out with the 200-600 on, simply because sometimes you can bump into something. And the other effect really is, if you try and do that, is it causes friction anyway. So you know, you're there for a holiday, and if you're wanting to be out doing the stuff that you want to do all the time, it just really doesn't work. So yeah, I've really just tried to fit wildlife photography in around the other stuff we're doing. Now, we did go on the seagull trip a couple of days ago, which again, we had mixed results. I think the year before when we came up, we went on a different seagull boat, which is no longer running. It is finished, and it was in a much more remote area on Skye, near the Tilley distillery. I think for that reason we had gorgeous weather. There were 2 seagull nests, and they were feeding like crazy on that particular trip, and you know, we got loads of images and stuff. This time it was much more a boat of people who were on holiday and had seen it and thought, let's go out for a trip. Myself and Leia were the only 2 people on there with big lenses on the cameras. And we unfortunately, you know, he threw a fish out for one eagle, and it just wasn't interested in coming down. It just sat in a tree, and there's obviously nothing you can do about that. And then we did get one to come down for one fish on one occasion, so it was very difficult to, you know, you had one opportunity, and if you messed it up. So I got a couple of shots from that. So and we saw obviously we saw a seal colony as well while we were at. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's a little bit of a lottery, as wildlife photography is, but we really enjoyed that. We went on a massive hike yesterday, which was probably about 10 miles, I think we did in the end, to Tilley Bay. And I was hoping, actually, we walked over a moor, and I was hoping there that we might see some birds of prey. It was very windy though, nice weather, but very windy, and we didn't see anything. We got some small bird images, and anything that I've taken I will put up at the end of this video. But the plan was this morning to get up early and go onto that moor and just see if we could see anything this morning. Unfortunately, it's been chucking it down sort of most of the night and into the early morning. It's just clearing up now as we speak at about 11:30. So didn't get the opportunity to do that. And as I say, that's just the way it goes. This is what happens. It's a family holiday. We're doing other stuff. I mean, we've done loads of fishing off the rocks. We've been visiting loads of places on the island that I've never been to before, and some that we've been to before as well. So it's been a great holiday. I'm going back pretty much refreshed. That's really all there is to say about this trip, really. As I say, if it was a wildlife photography trip, it would have been wildlife photography every day, and I would probably had much more to show you, but you know, that's not really what it was set up to be. So anyway, there are some big changes coming as regards camera kit, which I'll go into in the next video probably. I think I've decided what camera I'm changing to. And it might be a surprise to some people, and it might mean a change of system, but I'll leave that one with you. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope, and it's a little bit different to what I normally do, as I say, but I wanted to get some wildlife done while I'm up here. I've got a nice landscape image that I really like as well, which actually was taken while we were fishing off the rocks. Myself and Leia were there till nearly 11 o'clock at night fishing because it's so light up here. And we just took the camera kit down with us because we knew where the sun was going down. We thought we might have an opportunity of a shot, and you know, that's what we did. So anyway, those images are coming up. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon for the next one. Cheers, bye.